Hello there. It's literally the 20th of December. I can't believe a whole year has gone by. What the hell happened? So, last time I I have made videos while I lived here, but not nearly enough that it was a disaster in terms of keeping up with that. And recently I did a video for TikTok where I did my 2025 accomplishments. And some of them were, I actually did accomplish a lot this year, even though I'm about to say all the things that I did not accomplish. But I've decided I'm just not going to be hard on myself because I actually did way more than I thought. And thanks to that video, I know all the things that I achieved. So, but in terms of YouTube, yeah, I think I didn't go into the year with the right mindset. And that's why it was so easy for things to get kind of lost in the cracks. I do need to say though, at some point I had to choose between anything else and my schoolwork. My schoolwork, I mean my teacher work. So yeah, I did receive one critique from my supervisor, and I realized that I did not have the time to implement it. So I come from high school and university background, which means that you mark to get the mark. Then you can, in my opinion, individually have a verbal conversation. Okay, conversation is verbal. Then you can have a conversation with the student in terms of where you want them to improve. Well, that's what I used to do when I was a high school teacher. And only the kids who cared would actually put in the work to make the improvement. Whereas here, you are basically talking to the parent. So you have to like make notes for them, like do not do better, but you can do this. So you also have to think about what you need to say. So you can do this. I'm so proud of you. Proud, star, you're a star. Wow. Da, 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 da. A ton of validation that I never even thought I was capable of. To be honest, I'm not capable of it. I feel like the standard required, in my opinion, shouldn't receive praise. But again, maybe I'm from like a colder world where I feel like kids need to perform at a certain level. And so you mainly just put in like comments if they were not performing at that level. So that was quite an adjustment for me. And I got lucky. My class, majority of my class was good. So I felt like I was already like pumping them up in the background. So I just didn't feel like it was necessary for me to even put on the comment. That's nothing. I also got, I didn't put enough stickers. I mean, the whole sticker industry. I mean, they have grade ones to thank, and maybe preschool. I'm not sure. So that's definitely something that I definitely wasn't cut out for, and I needed a ton of time to improve that. I also still don't have a good routine in place, which is going to be crucial for me for next year, especially if I want to do other things. I definitely want to crank up my additional streams of income next year. The only thing that troubles me is where I live and the giant mountain that I need to drive over to get home every time. Because as soon as the weather changes here, you never know when it's going to change back. Like a storm can happen at any time. So most of the time when I leave my class, I head straight home. And when I got home for the majority of the year, I was too tired to continue working. But towards the end of the year, I realized that if I don't put that routine in place, then I was going to get in trouble. And I did get in trouble because I didn't have that routine in place. Personally, I also feel like grade one teachers need assistance. I mean, they had assistants last year, took them away. Now we have assistants again. I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but I'm hoping at least it's someone that I know, but she does have somewhat of a pushy attitude. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to handle that. Like, I think if I can't, it will make the rest of the year unbearable. But if I put boundaries in place, because I did survive the whole year without her, or without them, then it should be fine. But I did have someone who was helping me because it was just really hard to keep everything running, especially with my YouTube channel that kind of blew up. And I have plans for it. So the execution part has been really hard on me, and just also doing my other YouTube channels as well. So ever since I monetized my YouTube channel, I now realize what it takes for it to monetize. And I feel like I had two really great ideas, but the execution part has really been a nightmare. And that has led me to now feeling absolutely paralyzed in terms of what I need to do first. And AI has advanced to a really scary level. And I don't think that we are aware of how far it's developed. And I need to be careful in terms of what I expose myself to, because I'm one of those people that the movie Terminator really scared me. I always say that to people. And I feel like we are like at a copy and paste of that. And we don't have the right army to fight something like that. You understand? I just wish that it developed later on in my life so that I wouldn't have to be alive to see where it's going. But I also see that a ton of people who are taking advantage of this are reaping the benefits of it, because they're able to create all these wonderful things that we didn't think we needed, but we do. So, yeah, maybe next year I'll be singing a different tune, but right now I'm scared to death. Then, in terms of my digital products, I made just below $200 with it, which is not that great, but it's also expected because my price points were really low. So my products ranged from 199, so 199 rand. That's like less than $5. No, it's just above $5. So just above $5, and the highest product is about 499 rand. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but the point is the price point was really low, so I understood why it performed the way it performed. So from next year, I think I'm just gonna focus on an American price point and see if that's gonna have a different outcome. Then so $500, 500 rand, that's like $27. Okay. So in terms of Fiverr, I still had 2 clients, and the total for the year came out to just below 20,000. I think I'm at 18,000 something. Yeah, so not bad. And I also got a bonus from work, which led me to start my first savings account or investment account. I'm not really sure. It's actually a tax-free savings account. Yes, now I remember. I'm doing it through Fit Group because I had already started it there when I had like 100 rand to spare the one time. Then I thought I might as well open it. So I was able to invest bulk of my money there, and I was also able to pay off a debt that I had towards a friend who helped me out earlier this year when I was in big trouble with my living situation. I think I did wrong that. So overall this year, when I had to reflect on it, I felt like it was a good year. I could definitely have healthier habits. That's why I bought my first fridge over there. And because I had a bar fridge for the whole year. I think majority of the time it was spent just figuring out my job, which I'm really proud of. Next year, I will be much more aggressive with savings, investments. I'm already reading up everything I can find on it, just so that I can just woo-saw a little bit, because I don't want to be as stressed about money as I was this year. Therapy, I continued going to therapy, which really helped. And yeah, I didn't really do a lot of dating. I went to a couple of coffees, but that's about it. But if I have to be completely honest, I'm literally terrified of that, because I feel like I'm at a weird age where people just need different things from you. For example, I am not ready to be a mom. That's just like, that's no, I can't. Mainly because this was my first year that I completely took care of myself, and it almost broke me financially. Like, I was just like, it's so expensive just for me. So I can't imagine like taking full care of a human being. That's crazy. What am I looking forward to next year? Definitely more money. That's like my number one priority, because I'm not even getting a raise from work. So you can imagine. I definitely want to improve my content creation output. This is like the one industry that has always rejected me. But from my channel that got monetized, that came with a ton of lessons. So I realized that I don't have to be the front facing person to make this a success. Actually, at this point, I do it for passion, because for this particular channel, I don't get paid. But from the channel that is paying me, I need to put more effort into it, and to my YouTube automation side hustle, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned there as well. I'm thinking of taking on a social media management client again, because it's not front facing. And I'm also thinking of getting back to tutoring. I'm thinking about it. It's just that the kids that I had this year and last year were not interested in being the best that they could be. That bothers me like to a wild level. Like, if you want me to tutor you, you must have high expectations for yourself first and foremost. If you don't have that, we are not aligned, because I'm not gonna drag you to the finish line. No. Anyway, so those are my goals. I feel like I just want next year to be fun to the max. This year was like fun minimum. And there were a lot of things that I had to learn, huge learning curve. Next year, I want it to be fun throughout, and I want to experiment more. I mean, I've done color with my hair, even though I think this color fits me the best. But I want to like experiment with my hair. I want to get like more piercings. I'm getting a car around April. Um, I might get a cat. I haven't decided. End of next year, I'm gonna have an animal, a pet, and I do want to have a trip with one friend next year. So it's just gonna be fun, like fun in according to me, not according to societal fun. And I need to improve my skincare. I'm starting to see some permanent lines around my eyes. No, that's not. Nope. And I also want to get a manicurist. You see Bonang's nails, that baby pink, but I actually like the length of her nails. I'm doing it like that. I'm not making my nails longer anymore, even though when I do that, it looks gorgeous, but it's not functional for my small children at work. So, yeah, I guess this is like the ultimate reflection, catch up, plans for next year. I'm going to do a big ass calendar again. I mean, I did it this year. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. Maybe I should buy one. I'm not sure. And I've also turned some of my monthly subscriptions into yearly subscriptions. So I'm only going to pay them once now. I have my bonus now, so I'm going to pay them off now. And then, so that next year I can significantly lower my fixed cost. I also got Canva for free, Canva Pro for free. So I think I'm looking at 1,000 Rand, like, savings. It's not really savings, but savings for the year. So I'm really excited about that. All right, that is all. Kind of boring. I do feel like adult life is very boring, but I really hope I leave enough space open for all kinds of surprises. That's what I look forward to the most. What is God gonna do in my life next year? So I'm really excited about that. So yeah. But I'm gonna definitely put on more videos. I'm gonna treat it like a job for next year and see if that will make a difference. So I'm gonna run a 1-year experiment of where I am consistent across all my platforms and then see if that changes anything. We'll see. All right. I hope you guys have a nice Christmas and that you have a wonderful new year. See you in 2026. Bye.